activity. That's kind of how I explain it.
It's just like regular sports, but behind a computer.
I love the idea of esports. I think this has potential to grow and to engage a lot of students.
Gaming with my parents, it did not go over well in the beginning. They saw it more as a distraction from school or from actual sports. It wasn't really until this Mankato esports program came up that they were like, oh wow, this is an actual official thing that schools do. They kind of decided like, okay, let's take this seriously, let's support them.
We would hope every student find something that they are passionate about, that will engage them, put them in community with other students, and let them do things that help them create what it is they want to have for their education.
We're student gamers at Minnesota State Mankato, and we had a big idea. Turn our love of gaming into a varsity esports team. In our first year, we earned a national championship and created a fun and friendly community for both competitive and casual gamers. We're learning broadcasting, digital marketing, and live stream technology, skills that translate to real-world job opportunities. Everyone wins. Be a Maverick. Learn more at mnsu.edu.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the third week of NACE League with our Super Smash Brothers team here. I am your host, Crustacean James, otherwise known as John. You can just call me John Crustacean James, or you can call me whatever. I don't take much offense to it. And here we are having the MSU Mavericks, our premier team, go up against, I believe. How do I? I'm actually gonna have to look up how to pronounce this name for this school. I do apologize, but they are our lovely opponents from Illinois, more specifically from, looking at the list here, Olivet Nazarene University here in Illinois. Now, I don't know much about their team. I don't know much about who they play, but I know a lot about our team right here and about who they play. I've gotten some good friendly games against them. Definitely a lot of fun to play against, but that's besides the point. What I want to get at here is that these are some solid players. Our first match we did lose, but we did put up quite a bit of a fight. And our second match this season, we really, really had to pull through, but it came down to just being one stock up on the enemy. And I'm definitely very excited to see some silly stuff like that happening today. I hope we see some silly stuff like that happening today. I am 100% all for fighting game shenanigans. But before I move onward, I'd like to give a thanks to our sponsor, Rockstar. Without sponsors like them, all of this would be impossible. I'm currently in a full studio. I've got lights, I got green screen, I've got monitors, I got cameras, I got you, everything. And without sponsors, kind of can't have everything. Also, if you would like to support us other than just buying Rockstar products, absolutely check out our socials. We will have anything and everything we're doing esports related there. And even if you yourself are not really in the mood to try out for teams, just come on down to the MSU Esports Discord. But that is besides the point. You're not here for me to plug Discord. You are here to watch some good Smash Bros. Gameplay. And we were having a very interesting matchup. I'm very familiar with the Kirby matchup as former team captain used to main Kirby, and he could play anybody. But I'm even more familiar with our resident Paisy main, Divine. He is incredible with this character, and I keep touting up his technical prowess, but as you can see, he is no slouch with input, just making things work. Or they have very interesting kill power in that they can kill, they can take shots pretty easily. However, that doesn't seem safe, so you have to fucking solid shooter mode, which is definitely something I feel right now out of the line. And engaging when he doesn't need to. Good blocking effort is definitely really good. Both players are really strong. But that down smash will definitely create some room, and is going to catch up more on with percent. 85 is getting close to, but it doesn't matter if it was going to get close to 13-15. That will take stock. Kirby being a lightweight, being very close, is pretty easy to knock out the game. With a low profile a lot. And he's just a little guy. So getting him can be a big challenge. But Divine does not care. Sorry for giggling. We actually play these games live. If you can spectate them, please come down to this all lower level of the old IT service desk. Divine really should have put that down. And the full rare kills at such an early percent. It wasn't even at 100 even after it hit. Kirby is really struggling right now. Divine absolutely just taking hold of the match. And remember, these are crew battles. This is not best of 3 between individual players. This is best of 3 between a whole squad, 12 stocks each. Bit of an Iron Man competition. I'm very familiar with this format. In fact, it's the only format that I ever officially competed in, as I used to be a team member here for Smash Bros. But I moved on to things like Tekken after I got obsessed with arcade sticks. Divine just taking control of this matchup right now. Kirby is afraid, and Kirby should be afraid, especially since that was, like, what, an 85% kill on forward air off stage. But that's not going to be it. Down tilt into up B just isn't going to quite cut it, but it was really solid. Definitely something that's going to push Kirby to the edge. Divine with the 1 stock lead, definitely something he wants to keep hold of too. And I wanted to bring that up. Divine is just playing incredibly safe right now, especially since stocks matter so much. But that's besides the point. Divine doesn't care. Divine's winning. Divine stays winning. Our resident Epezi made, and definitely, in my opinion, the most technically sound player on the team. Not to say that anybody else on the team is a slouch. No, everybody else on the team, they're really good. But Divine, he's something else. I'm excited to see who they bring out next, because Kirby is definitely a very interesting pick in general, as a lot of people pick him because they like the character, not really because he's good. In Smash 64, Kirby was, I believe, top 2, Pikachu being number 1. But in Smash Melee, Kirby was the worst character, quite literally. Didn't do that well in Brawl or Smash Bros. 4. Here in Ultimate, he's kind of mid-ish. He's not bad. He's not great, but he's not bad. He can definitely do some goofy Nair loop shenanigans. Is it Nair or fair? He does all those little kicks. I believe it's fair, but just the loops he can do, especially against heavier characters. If your DI is off, he can really take a stock. Excited to see what Olivet Nazarene, if that's how you pronounce it, I apologize, Illinois, but I'm excited to see what your team is cooking. It's actually one of my favorite things about spectating or even just commentating competitive Smash Bros. And just the variety in characters. There's like, what, 80? 80 characters in this game. There's a lot. And excluding, you know, the DLC fighters with the extra privilege, cough, cough, Kazuya, cough, cough, no more balance patches. A lot of the characters have a decent matchup against each other, even if a character is kind of objectively bad. In comparison to the rest of the cast. Speaking of characters that a lot of people see objectively bad, Incineroar, he is not very popular as a good character, but he's popular as a meme, which is why I'm kind of scared for Divine here, because Incineroar has quite the big amount of kill power, and side B off stage just kills whenever it feels like sometimes. Also, his down B counter just giving him such great explosive damage potential. And his forward tilt is really good too. But, God, Daisy is just an explicitly better character, better recovery, better combos, better technical shenanigans, better range. Except grabs. I mean, Incineroar's kind of the community designated grappler, but I don't really see him as a true grappler. That's just you know, my FGC hot take. Smash Bros just doesn't really involve a lot of grapplers. It's kind of whack to call Incineroar a grappler when we have Gandorf with literally one more command grab than he has, but that is besides the point. Right now we are seeing quite a bit of damage being dished out. Divine definitely wants to hold on to the stocks as much as possible. Ooh, and Incineroar just takes that stock. I stand corrected. Incineroar's not worse in every way compared to Daisy. It really is the kill power that he has the advantage on, but his recovery is terrible. And despite being a moderately heavy character, he still dies to that incredible up smash that Daisy has. Ooh. But this Incineroar main definitely playing very fundamental, trying to get early off-stage momentum. His down air is really, really good, I will admit. Incineroar has one of those satisfying kind of double Tim Stomp down airs, as I like to call them. Oh, side B though, especially off ledge. Now, even though Divine is up a stock, keeping us even, it's just not going to work. Well, not keeping us even, rather, but keeping us up above with a stock is really good. But losing those two stocks, that Incineroar, is definitely something really rough. And now we're only up a stock. And even though this is a Iron Man style competition, a crew battle, you know, just marathon it out with your stocks, it can still be a hard lead to hold on to, especially since in the competitive scene with Smash Bros, you know, it being competitive by nature, you're going to see a lot of people playing high tiers because high tiers are easier to win with, and that's fine, honestly. You know, like, if you want to win the game and that's just your objective, then, you know, pick a high tier. But there are, you know, some people like Divine who are character specialists, and being a character specialist has its ups, but it also has its catastrophic downs. It can be really hard to do. But I'm excited to see what's cooking on our team. Are we going to whip out our Isabelle main, our resident Donkey Kong player, or King K. Rool Donkey Kong kind of two-trick, I should say, or are we going to see the Little Mac? Zoom in on my face. Zoom in very... I'm not doing that bit again. But our Little Mac really squeaked us out the win last week, and we got right back into work. Or rather, we wrapped up work and went home after sufficient overtime. That was definitely a long-winded set, and I'm excited to see how far this set goes. Still selecting characters here. Trying to come up with things to say. This is my first time ever solo casting. In fact, it's only my, believe, 4th time ever casting. So this is kind of a new thing to me. But in chat, because I can't see chat at all on my monitor, this is only game chat, I'm going to act like I can read what you guys are saying. I want you to drop the worst possible recipe you can come up with for an ice cream sundae. I want to hear everybody's opinion. I'm not going to go back and watch this VOD. I'm just wasting I'm just wasting your time trying to come up with something relevant to the game is a little hard, but hopefully I can add a little bit of color and pizzazz into the viewing experience. That's definitely why I'm here. But both of our teams are cooking right now, and Incineroar being down 1 stock is something that is not good, especially for such a lower tier character. It's, you know, it's going to be rough for this Incineroar to really squeak out a win unless we start seeing some mega brain plays. Well, not really mega brain plays, but rather, excuse me, solid execution, solid fundamentals, the work. Oh, the works. Good God, I'm just... all that pizza. Give me heartburn. Had some pizza for lunch today. But right now, Smash Bros. Is looking like my dinner. That is the worst line I've ever come up with. I'm trying really hard, but our team is really taking their time, especially with seeing who they're going to send out next, because that Incineroar was no slouch, and they are definitely a very technically sound player, especially to be piloting such a lower tier character. Yeah. Now, while we're waiting let's do a little bit of an ad break. Kind of take a little time away from the action. Let you cook on what you guys just saw and keep you hungry for more. Roll the ads. I'm on air, right? All right, perfect. Welcome back to it, ladies and gentlemen. We are hopping right back into it. Incineroar taking off that one stock. It's hard for me to kind of give you a recap of what you missed. We were gone just for that little bit of time because we're moving fast right now. And Sora is a character with a lot of mobility, especially in the air. Sora he'll just move. He doesn't care. Sora will just move. And that can definitely be a problem for a character like Incineroar, who is so reliant on his close range and his command grabs like that. Ooh, but that back air, it's definitely going to do some work, especially against Sora, who is a very light, very floaty character. And, well, I'm not sure an actual child is going to beat a big cat man in a fight. It's not exactly how that works, but as you can see, stock already taken off. This Incineroar means business. He's coming in. He's making a scene. He does not care. Ooh, excellent DI off of that Incineroar, man. And excellent air dodge off of that, too, because Incineroar being such kind of a heavyweight character, he can get comboed pretty easily, and Sora loves that aerial 1-2-3. And Incineroar just loves the damage coming off that. Good God, Incineroar, you know what? I think I understand it. Yeah, Incineroar really is the grappler. That command grab being kill move, especially at percents like that, is insane. It'll take a life whenever it wants to. Oh, and it's going up to 43% because of that counter. Absorbing all that lightning really brought the thunder down on Sora. We're seeing excellent poking right now. However, this Incineroar is just playing dead patient. He does not care. And he's getting another counter off. Ooh. This Incineroar is incredible. But we are still taking that stock. One thing I also just noticed too, chat, we are even on stocks right now. Sora almost being at 80% and SDing. Oh, that's a little rough. They might only be up one stock, but they're also up a very good Incineroar player. This is starting to get exciting now. Win or lose, I love watching good players get tested by other good players. Definitely very excited. That was a very quick match, too, in comparison to the first two matches. Divine, our resident Paisy man, and another player out of the ring. We've got to send somebody at this Incineroar specialist. It's looking kind of nutty. Sorry, Chad. I love that Tekken music. It's so good. Oh, and there goes the audio on my end again. That is one thing I would do miss about playing Smash Bros. The music selection. beautiful. I really like the music in Smash Bros. I always have. I've definitely always been a nut for video game music. One of my personal favorite soundtracks ever is the Super Metroid soundtrack, which is a lot of low atmospheric droning noises. But you gotta love those too. You know, I'm definitely a big fan of sci-fi. I've always been a big fan of horror as well. So low atmospheric droning noises on an alien planet, right up my alley. If you want to talk more about video game music, head on over to our socials or the Maverick Esports Discord. Hey, yo, we're plugging our stuff today. Come on down, have fun with us, talk to us. Even if you just want to meet the players and you're not exactly, you know, a Discord chatty kind of person, come on down to the Esports Center here in Wissink. Please meet us. Please have fun. Please reach out and start gaming with the boys. You're never alone here at Maverick Esports. We got everybody playing all sorts of games. I personally have been playing a metric ton of Space Marine 2. I'm a big fan of Warhammer lore, and as soon as I got Space Marine 2 and I started playing that, I realized, okay, I need to actually start getting into Warhammer. And some of my friends showed me how to play the tabletop Warhammer game, which everything in that game takes quite a lot of time because you could be rolling up to, you know, like 50 dice at once, and then you get to, you know, parse through all those dice, find whatever you rolled correctly, whatever you rolled incorrectly. But oh man, the stream might not be the the place to talk about my love of Warhammer, but the Esports Center is. If you like Warhammer and other things, come on down. I couldn't resist. I love jokes about just randomly plugging things out of nowhere. That always gets me giddy. But another thing that gets me giddy is watching the enemy team cook. We've already got our player. What are they cooking on? And they're up a stock. And, you know, up an Incineroar specialist. That's something everybody fears. So, I wonder. They're definitely coming together. We're going up against a worthy adversary. I'm excited. Yeah. Really, really. Not a lot of other characters can even touch. She has an arcing projectile. She has a hit grab projectile. Ooh, what is happening? Question mark. Come on. I want to see some Isabelle gameplay, please. I love watching Isabelle mains in this game. Isabelle is just an adorable character, but also she has a shocking amount of kill power for such laid-back animations. They honestly, the design team probably had a lot of fun animating Isabelle just because, I mean, there's not a lot of her to animate. She's such a small character and she's such a very minimalistic design that it was probably really, really easy to crank out that character and get her done, especially after Villager was implemented in the previous entry in the series, Super Smash Bros. 4 on the 3DS and on the Wii U. It's definitely taken a little bit. But while we're waiting, why don't we go ahead and, you know, take another, you know, little break, you know, cook on the previous action we saw, and, you know, roll some ads for a little while. Too unappetizing for you. Here we have a wonderful matchup. I personally love watching Isabel players play. As I said, before we start rolling a little bit of ads, Isabel just controls a very weird space. She has a strange range in a lot of weird spots. She can also set up very interesting situations with that Lloyd. It's like C4, but not as good. Oh my God, it's not as bad as Incineroar's recovery. Bro just said, "Aight, meet me off stage." Gosh dang it. Why did our player do that? That is so mean. Oh, come on. I actually wanted the Incineroar player to sweep. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted them to win the whole thing, just let them there. That would have been legendary. That would have been Evo moment 39 right there. Shout out Hayo. That match is so fast. I wasn't ready for that. Oh, chat, I just got whiplash. Oh. Oh, and it looks like Illinois got some whiplash too. They're definitely going to have to cook on that. That is a very, very disheartening way to lose a stock and to lose a player in a crew battle. We are now up an entire player. They are down to their last one, and this is the... Sorry about that, chat. I was just taking a look at what we were doing here. Man, that completely got my attention. Just hopping out of the arena space a little bit. But, ooh, what was I saying? Something about Isabel? No, not something about Isabel. Something about how fast the match was. It was so fast, I already forgot it happened. Dear God. But I kind of wanted, and now I remember what I was going to say. I kind of wanted that Incineroar player to start making the absolute comeback of a lifetime. That's something I want to see. Also, I just realized I don't think we're up a player at all. We are dead even. That's right. We are dead even. It's hard to keep count of how many players are losing, especially, after a match that fast. I'm still dumbfounded. Honestly, I keep forgetting Smash Bros. Just can, on a whim, just, we're done. Oh, that's crazy. It's definitely crazy to watch. It's also really satisfying to watch too, because just a little bit of salt going in the esports. Yeah, you got to keep the ocean salty for it to be the ocean, if you know what I mean. But looks like we're getting right back into it. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, I just had to double take looking at that. Terry Bogard coming back. Now, the reason I'm kind of scared of this character is because a very, very solid Terry main was the reason why we lost our first crew battle. And so hopefully our esports team got some practice in, learned what to do against Terry, and learned how to make things work. This Terry main is definitely playing pretty patient. With Terry, you actually have to be pretty patient despite your incredible get-in options. But there are just some things that, other characters are able to prevent Terry from doing, like getting in, even though Terry's so good at it. Now, as you can see, Terry is already at 97%. However, this is incredibly scary because Terry is a very, very heavy Shoto, and he has Go Meter. Go Meter is whack. And even, ooh, I was going to say, even though Terry's not as heavy as Kazuya, he's still pretty heavy, but Power Geyser just took the breath right out of my sens, and 64 damage. Just not entirely 64 damage out of that combo, but still, damage out of nowhere is one of Terry's best specialties. And recovery kind of isn't. I had no idea you could even two-frame with that umbrella. Ooh, but power dunk, not crack shoot. I used to main this character. You think I actually know his moves or something, but no, I'm just dumb. But our players definitely are, and both these players are really going at it right now, doing their best to try to get in Terry's case, but also stay out in our Isabel player's case. We are really, really popping off right now. Where's this music from? It's kind of vibing. I keep forgetting how many different series music is in Smash Bros. Even when there isn't explicitly a fighter. Oh, excuse me, in that series. And even though Terry's heavy, that up throw is going to be something else. But, oh, missing! The power guys are confirmed, and panicking cost him an entire stock. Terry is a character that has a lot of very interesting things going for him. And because he has specials and Shoto privilege, which is why I like to call it, you can... Oh my goodness, I had no idea you could even move back in the air slightly with power dunk like that. But as I was saying, just doing a bunch of damage out of nowhere and even taking a stock out of nowhere is one of Terry's specialties. He's a character with explosive momentum. But he's also a very, very linear character, despite his good aggressive movement, or his good burst range, rather. Oh, but it's not going to matter. The gimp from the down air preventing another scary Terry nightmare from ending our career. Definitely see that our players are learning how to navigate the Terry space. And you really got to learn how to navigate the Terry space. Terry is just explosive. Not as explosive as Kazuya. Kazuya is the most explosive character in this game. But wow. Speaking of Kazuya, we got the, the Tekken 4 menu music going on. Or not menu music. I don't know where in Tekken 4 this song is from, but it's called Kitsch. It's a really, really good song. I love old school Tekken music, especially like Tekken 2 on PS1, right before the series was truly 3D with like manual sidestepping instead of just on the ground side roll and teching. Definitely shook up after that match. I'm just trying to come up with things to say. Good God. Our Isabel player just establishing dominance right now. Absolutely just a slaughter. Just a slaughter. Taking that Incineroar out right away. And then taking out Terry Bogard. The opposing team right now on their last player for this first match of the set. I'm excited to see what other wacky characters this game has in store for us. But right now, we're strategizing, it appears to be. Ooh. There we go. Diddy Kong is very interesting, actually. Gosh. Honestly, this is what I do miss about crew battles, just the wild character variety that you'd see out of some teams. Somebody would just be a Shoto specialist, and somebody else would be like, yeah, bro, I play Rob. Which I love playing Rob. But right now we are 2 stocks and an Isabel specialist up. I'm very excited to see what we're capable of. And right away, Banana is pocketed. And if I'm correct, that prevents another Banana from coming out, which is a massive detriment to Diddy Kong, who is a very, very aggressive setup style character. He'll leave things on the ground that you can just pick up and throw at you for chip damage or just for a free kill. In Banana's case, where you just throw Banana at somebody who's high enough percentage, trip them up, side smash, and it's over. But pocketing that Banana and pocketing it again to prevent Diddy Kong from taking advantage of one of his best tools and really just shutting down, dominating this matchup right now. It is a wonderful thing to see. And I love watching Isabel just play in general. Isabel is such a wild, interesting character because she doesn't really attack with her hands. She attacks with everyday objects and objects from the game. Like that stop sign. That just stopped his life. Stopped his heartbeat. Good God. Right now we're seeing a lot of solid footsies. This Diddy Kong player definitely not out of the game stacking on that damage, but Diddy Kong is definitely going to struggle here, especially with utilizing Banana. Ooh, and especially with taking out the balloons. That's one of the most frustrating things about Isabel in the matchup in general is you have to hit her or get rid of all the balloons. If you don't get rid of all the balloons or hit her, she's still recovering and she's getting back up. It's like if your recovery had like a shield above you as you're rising through the air. It's so annoying to deal with, but it's very, very good to abuse in this case. As Diddy Kong doesn't really have the best ledge guard, but he has some options. But he doesn't really have anything that can cover something as goofy as that. Oh man, I'm locked in. Ooh, a missed up smash is really going to cost Illinois a lot, especially since that would have been stock right there. And Isabel, despite being such a light character, her strange footsie's range allows her to stay alive so long. And it's going to be a back air that seals the deal and takes Isabel down to her final stock. However, they're down to their final player, and it is not looking good. Diddy Kong can really just go out on a whim. He can just absolutely get back thrown off the stage. Good God. We're watching a massacre right now. Our Isabel player absolutely throwing hands and showing that they mean business. Lloyd into up airs. God, the damage that can come off that. It's not mind-blowing damage. It's just easy, and it's annoying. Confirmable damage in Smash Bros. Is just so annoying, especially since Smash Bros. Has not really standard combos, juggle combos, but less about the link and more about, you know, the juggle in general. Tekken is kind of a mix between the two, and more juggle-oriented. Ooh, speaking of juggles, this Diddy Kong absolutely fighting for his life, but he gets hit by the Fishing Rod of Wonder and yet still makes it back. Our Isabel player showing that Isabel does not care and passing the tech check at the border crossing for the stage. Does not care. Crossing the Rubicon once again and getting the back throw. Absolutely securing the first match of the set. We are down to set point, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited now. Oh, man. I'm excited to see what happens. Are we going to change our team comp? Are we going to change characters? I doubt it. Well, team comp, we definitely probably will change. But characters, no. I don't think we're going to change characters. I'm excited to see if the other players at Illinois have backup characters. Backup characters are kind of one of my favorite things about competitive Smash Bros. Because every character is so dead simple fundamentally. You can pick up a character, understand what they do within, say, 15 minutes of playing, and, you know, you'd still have to build up the skill in playing that character, so there is extra lab time if you want to, you know, play a character. But just picking him up and learning him, simple as that. Just snap your fingers and you pass the knowledge check. Oh, man. Getting kind of whiplashed from that. Oh, ooh, gosh. I'm still just in awe at that last stock of that Incineroar had. Just picked him up and threw him off stage. Just dragged him around. Incineroar cannot recover. Speaking of recovery, ooh, let's all recover from that bit of whiplash watching that Incineroar absolutely make an upset. Roll some ads. second match of the crew battle. Will Illinois bring it back? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the NACE League Crew Battle. This is our third game of the season. I'm definitely really excited to see what the MSU Mavericks and what Illinois are cooking up. We do apologize for the bit of the long wait. The reason we were waiting so long is because the opposing team wanted to run a lag check, and that is incredibly valid, honestly. This game has terrible netcode. I will just say it, the netcode in Smash Bros. Is not good. It's a great game, but the netcode does really let it down. And so running a lag test is, that's something you want to do. that's something I get and something you want to do. The connection in this game can be kind of unreliable unless both people have some quality Wi-Fi or are just, you know, LAN cabled up like normal people. Oh, but we are starting off where we left off. Isabel going up against Diddy Kong once again. I'm ready to see some pocketed bananas and matchup destruction. Gotta love it when characters have one move that invalidates another character's entire strategy. I gotta love the balancing. But we're not here for balance. We're here for some good Smash Bros. Up tilt to up air, but the missed nair is not going to get Isabel anywhere. But the missed spike, that Diddy Kong really wants to take that stock as soon as possible. Diddy Kong being not really a rushdown character, but a character with pretty explosive setups with great reward. That is something that I definitely see this player wanting to do. And our Isabel player is just playing patient as a rock, still going in on Diddy Kong when they shouldn't and getting hit. However, we can see them quickly adapting. They're definitely starting to take their space. And they're stealing banana. They knew exactly what to do. They got up right in there. They said, we're taking banana. There's no way around it. Stop leaving your best thing on the ground for me to pick up, which is exactly something you don't want to do in this matchup. Oh, and I am actually upset that doesn't take stock because that was a wild recovery denial. And that was a wild attempt at recovering. Our Isabel's still at 78%. Even though she's a bit of a light character, she still absolutely has enough time to live. Isabel's a bit of an oddity in this game, in every way, shape, and form. Actually, I don't think she's light. She might be a little heavy. I might be wrong. Sorry for spreading misinformation, chat. Oh, but the banana absolutely tripping up. But not tripping him down the staircase as this Isabel wants. Ooh, nice parry. But it crossed up. That is not going to leave Isabel in a room to punish. And as you can see, Isabel can just recover from anywhere she dang well pleases. Ooh, but she's not going to recover from that, even with the excellent DI that I just saw. That is not going to take Isabel back on stage. Which is really rough, but just before banana expires, it gets pocketed. And it doesn't even matter if Isabel can use the banana or not to her advantage, just keeping it on her person. It just shuts this matchup down. Which can be a little upsetting to see. I personally don't like matchups that shut down entire characters. That, in my opinion, is kind of cruel. But it's pretty interesting to watch how other players who specialize in certain characters get around to those matchups. And you really get to see the fundamentals and technical prowess of the player speak for themselves. So, I'm excited. Both of our percentages getting closer. Nobody has a true definitive lead. It's only led by inches, but the explosive jetpack will take the stock. I don't see a lot of jetpack kills every now and then, but one of the players I used to play with did know how to play Diddy Kong pretty well, and he was pretty good at getting kills with that jetpack. Diddy Kong, ooh! Diddy Kong being an interesting character is not immune to being footstool, though. Oh, but the back throw is going to take stock. Diddy Kong being a light character who fastballs, you're dead, buddy. Good air dodge, though, to get away from that slingshot, but it only leads to further problems. Isabel just taking control of the matchup and of the banana, putting everything in her pocket because she does not litter and she cares for her environment and for her public parks. She is a city employee, after all. Putting Lloyd at stage, but Diddy Kong not going there. Oh, Diddy Kong keeps dropping banana, and we just keep taking banana back. There's no reason for this Diddy Kong to be throwing out banana. Diddy Kong needs to pack it up. Pack up that, well, not pack up the matchup, I apologize. I mean, pack up that muscle memory and make sure that they can keep their head in the game. And right now, they're really putting up a decent fight. 86% isn't exactly kill range, you know, for Diddy Kong, but it can get close. It can get close very fast. Oh, but the slingshot is going to take him out. Ooh. That Diddy Kong really did put up a fight. Taking 2 stocks off of our Isabel is an actual really, really good move, considering our Isabel really, really started destroying earlier. And if Illinois plays it smart, they're not going to send out Incineroar again. If Incineroar comes out again, ooh, that's not a good idea. I mean, I guess it could work. It'd be a bit of a gamble, especially. It'd be a speed run to take stock, but for Isabel player adapts, turn your speed run into a fall off the edge, and you're cooked. But I'm definitely excited to see what comes after the stage bans. That's something I forgot to talk about as well. Stage banning in Smash Bros. Is very interesting to me, especially since a lot of characters, or not a lot of characters, but quite a few characters have favorable matchups depending on the stage, or favorable matchups with stage enhancement. So banning stages has really become a very interesting tradition in the Smash Bros. Series, especially since it helps alleviate some of the matchup disparity between certain characters. And, you know, with this game no longer receiving developer support in terms of balancing or in terms of anything, really, in general, since this game is kind of living on the shelf in Nintendo's headquarters, you know, stage banning is just kind of a natural evolution of the competition. You don't want to get the competition. You don't want to leave competition rules stagnant because the game is stagnant. Otherwise, the spirit of the competition, or rather the enthusiasm around the competition, will fade. Speaking of enthusiasm around competition fading, ooh boy, when Heihachi was released and dissected by people who actually had time to or when Heihachi's gameplay trailer, rather, for Tekken 8, and people had some early access to playing him and started learning his moveset, ooh, man, does it feel like power creep. I mean, Hell Sweep being safe on block that's rough. I really hope that they change that on launch with Heihachi, and I hope that they really, really start, you know, toning it back with the DLC characters, just in general in the FGC. But that's not why we're... And they're bringing out the Incineroar. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they're cooking up something very devious here. Either we're going to watch 3 Gimps into full stock in a row, or we're going to see some really, really wacky shenanigans. Or we're just going to watch Isabel crash out immediately. Honestly, that would be funny if Isabel does crash out immediately. Just says, yep, you do it to me, I do it to you. Or rather, Incineroar says that. Now, as you can see, Incineroar is really, really playing patient. Just trying to stall, look for mistakes, look for openings. And Incineroar can't really stall inherently. You got to play fundamental. You have to know the mechanics of the game really well to pilot a character like this. Even though he missed the command grab, he still gets the lariat, and it does not matter. Ooh. Isabel taking a lot of damage right off the bat. It's looking rough, but she does get an up tilt, not into another up tilt, but into a dash attack tech chase, but Incineroar really, really making sure that he can get that stock reliably, especially after getting that ooh, counter, but that up throw from the command grab is not going to kill, but that back air sure is, oh, heck won't. Sure as heck won't. That's actually crazy to me, especially since a lot of the Pokemon in this game have just incredibly good back airs. Except Mewtwo. Mewtwo's got a better forward than a back air. But right now, we're seeing a lot of aerial gameplay. Isabel just wants to get that fishing rod up throw. And Incineroar wanting to get the back air kill, and at 161%. And a little bit of rage, you're not going to DI that. We are now even Steven, and Incineroar is knocking on our front door. It's looking a little dicey, I will admit. However, our our resident Sora player and our resident Daisy player have a solid chance. And I believe we have our Lucario player with us as well. They've been with us since the first crew battle of the season, I believe. They do a really, really good Lucario. Now we're back to the cooking phase. It's going to be very interesting. What Illinois got cooking. Sorry guys, I'm locked in right now. I'm cooking with them. I'm in that kitchen. My brain stew is simmering low and slow. Gotta add the paprika and make it pop a little bit. But with an even slate for this match of the set anyways, and a full-stocked Incineroar, it's looking kind of dire. Well, not really dire, but a little scary for MSU. We got Incineroar and Terry, two characters that are really, really good at just taking stocks. Just getting big hits, taking stocks. It does not matter to those characters. Well, it would if Isabelle was still here. Isabelle is really good at keeping those characters out. I mean, as I was saying earlier, Isabelle just has such a very strange range game, especially with her dash attack throwing the pot, which is a projectile that can arc downward from a ledge, and her slingshot and her, interesting tilts. She's a really, 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 really weird character. She's just strange. And she's strange to fight against, too, because she doesn't play normal Smash. But she plays by the same rules, so she's not really broken. But with MSU Mavericks locked in, we are now waiting on some stage ban choices coming out of Illinois. And I'm excited to see who we're going to send out again. I don't know if we're going to send out our resident Paisy player, or if we're going to send out Sora or the Lucario. Having Lucario out would be very interesting, especially given the aura mechanic. However, I feel as though Incineroar has the edge in that matchup, especially since Lucario has no kill power until he's at, 125%? That's crazy. There should have made Lucario super heavy at that point. While we have this time, like I usually do when I yap, let's talk about games in general nowadays. How do we feel about that, chat? I say that like I can read you guys right now, but how do we feel about games nowadays? Like, do you think they're fun? Do you think gaming is kind of falling off in a way? The gaming landscape, especially from the 2010s era, is so different. A lot of it's kind of slow burn narrative with a general theme and a moral story. Whereas, 2010 games was really just, here's the gun, have fun type of thing. I do miss that era of gaming where it really was just dropping you in on your feet, no hand-holding, and just have fun. I miss that kind of thing. And I guess there is some hand-holding, when there was tutorial for buttons, but teaching how to play the game and or holding your hand just flat out through the experience, I think that's a little different. Shout out Space Marine 2. God, that game is really, really good. Not sponsored, by the way. When I bring up that game, not sponsored. We are getting back at it. We now have our resident K. Rule player, not our Lucario player, but it's interesting to see us shake it up a little bit. And I definitely feel as though K. Rule has the advantage in this matchup, despite being super heavy, you know, with the big old hurt box, i.e. meaning I am a magnet for damage and I cannot get enough. He's also the chef who dishes out the punishment. K. Rule deals a lot of damage himself. He's got big knockback, he's got armor. He'll just bully you. He'll just bully you. He also has some good, I don't know what the Smash Bros. Community calls it, like burying. He buries you to the ground. Ooh, but despite the heavy weight, Incineroar will just take a stock. He's the counter that powers up his specials and some of his other moves. It's just such a wonderful thing for us to play. Fishing for it really is kind of a way. We're going up against Maryville University. I could call it. Oh, and there goes our K. Rule player. Ooh, this Incineroar Tyrant. Just taking out a player with no stocks down. Ooh, are we cooked? I don't think we're cooked. We definitely have a chance here, but being a whole character up, especially with one of your players or specialist players, that's a very, very good position. We got our Isabel player down, and we got our K. Rule player down. Wonder if we're going to see our Paisy player or our Sora player. Fun fact, actually, our Sora player's gamer tag, he wants me to call him Freak Bob. So Freak Bob coming up. That's going to be a lot of fun. Gosh, these kids, man. Kids and their Freak Bob memes. But who are we going to see? It's going to be Freak Bob or is it going to be Divine? We need some divine intervention on this Incineroar right here and right now. And honestly, I really hope we send out Divine. Especially considering Paisy can really cause some damage in that matchup. You know, Incineroar decides to parry the wrong move. And Paisy's got that turnip out. You're just going to get hit. You're just going to get hit. And if they're close, ooh. You're just going to get comboed. Paisy really does have a lot of room for punishment for bad fundamental play, but we're not seeing any of that out of this Incineroar player, so, man, we got to start throwing our Titans at him. Who will it be to take down this mighty Incineroar player? Even better question, who out of you guys will come on down to our socials and our Discord? I can't not plug things without laughing. Oh, boy. Well, not more than once. I can plug things normally, but out of the blue, it seems just... I mean, it is, you know, scripted and forced to do it, but that's not why you're here. You're here to watch some good Smash Bros. Play, and we are sending out Divine on his way to conquer. I'm excited. And Town and City, this is actually a really good stage for the Daisy. It's a good stage in general, actually. The stage is one of the ones that benefits all the characters that I know how to play. Rob, Samus, and Terry. I don't really know how to play Samus as well anymore. I used to be a diehard Samus fan. in Smash Bros. Anyways. I still love the Metroid series. But right now we're seeing a lot of interesting counterplay coming out of these two players, and it's Cineroar just falling right into that up smash, just going to stack on damage. 112 versus 28. But 123 versus 28 is even worse. Oh, man. 53%. 53%. This is not, don't, oh, 65%. I know I'm talking about these double-digit percents like they mean anything, but against the Cineroar percentage means everything. Oh, but there goes that stock. We love the grappler grind set of command grab, hit one button, force a 15-second cutscene out of the opponent and win, but we are now even on stocks, but I gotta remember they're still up a player, and this is a very, very dicey situation, not because of the matchup, but because of the opponent we are up against. Nutty character specialization. This is one of my favorite things just about the FGC in general, no matter how popular your game is. People who just specialize in one character make it work and start carrying boulders up the hill. It's just wonderful to see. Being a character specialist of a low tier in a competitive format truly is just a Sisyphean task. But with both these players not really even in percentage. Oh man, my brain is farting because I'm locking in. I'm waiting for that next stock to be taken because I know it's just gonna go out of nowhere. But Divine really pulling it through with the combos and confirms, just making sure that they're squeaking out as much damage as safely as possible against this Incineroar to take him out. But that command grab is not going to kill, surprisingly. That actually had me gripping my seat a little bit. So did that. God, it's nutty to watch this matchup. Both these characters play very differently, but both can just make your life a living hell. Oh, and the turnip into the teabag and the pause out of the Incineroar player. I'm ready to see either some salty plays and slip-ups or salty plays and redemption. This is what the FGC is all about. Ooh, nice float cancel and nice turnip grab. Ooh, is that Stitch Eyes? Or Stitch Face? If that, oh. I think that was Stitch Face for the turnip. Ooh, the back throw suplex is going to kill though. That's rough. That turnip did not matter. If we saw Stitch Face get thrown at Divine, that would have been doomed. But the side B, it does not matter. Teabag him! Oh, but there's no time to teabag back. Now, they're up 2 stocks, though. They're up 2 stocks. That's kind of, I don't know, gang. That's kind of saucy. That's kind of rough. But we are having quite a blast just watching this. It's really fun to watch pop-offs every now and then. And that Incineroar player being out of the game makes victory so much more tangible, especially since that Incineroar player was just a nut with their fundamentals. They were nutty. When, man, we got 2 characters like they do, but they're up 2 stocks. So I need to see Divine play out of their gourd here. I need to see some Redeemer gameplay. I want to see the set closed out in style. That is what I'm hankering for. And all I have left actually is Terry Bogard, now that I think about it. Ooh. Well, oh, no, they don't just have Terry Bogard. I just said they had 2 characters. Oh, the only I have left is Terry Bogard. God, I'm already forgetting what I'm watching. It's been a long week already. I just had a midterm today, and I woke up to that. That was always fun. I'm excited to see what we got cooking here, though. Excited to see who you're going to send in. It's very, very interesting. Oh, man. I'm trying to come up with engaging commentary for you guys there in chat. Man, my brain is just farting. It's hard to come up with so many different things on the fly. It's not that I didn't have respect for full-time casters before. I have a newfound higher respect for them now. It's harder than it looks. It's harder than it looks. But we're going right back into it. Pyra and Mithra. We haven't seen this. This is what I was excited to see talking about earlier. Will the enemy team bring out their other mains? Definitely something excited to see. Let's smash, bro. I love that. And I love that Divine says go easy on me. They're not going to do that. They're here to win. But I'm excited to see everything. All right, and they do their taunts and immediately sets up the aggressive opening. Grabbing turnip, throwing it, getting that forward or dash attack rather, just stacking on damage. And as you can see, no hits have yet to be laid on Divine. Divine Intervention has sought out our team and said, by the powers that be, you're gonna take stocks. And even after the character change, or the stance change rather, there is no damage, none on Divine, and they die to an SD. They are choking it right now. I don't want to see it. Oh, perfectly floats over the sword toss, but, excuse me, he does finally get hit. And that can be really scary, especially since the Pyra Mithra advantage state in this game is kind of nutty. You love seeing DLC character privilege in fighting games, don't you guys? Oh, but the other perfect float over it does not matter. Oh, but Pyra and Mithra now have control over that turnip. And that is something that I don't really see get talked about a lot in the Smash Bros. Comp scene. Characters that have kind of summonable items, rather, or what am I saying? I'm brain farting over my own brain farts. Good God. Characters that have their own summonable items that you can grab, drop, and throw like normal items in this game have very, very interesting setups, because that extra just hitbox to throw out there to confirm into more plus frames on hit, and just to be able to extend the combo. Oh my God, but the bomb grab, it does not matter. We are actually, yeah, we're seeing Divine Intervention. It does not matter. We are now neck and neck. Our Hazy player playing out of their gourd, going in, getting combo. Oh my God. Oh, but it is not stuck yet. It is popping off. Divine making a statement saying, I don't need stocks to win. Y'all learned incorrectly. This is my game. You're here to spectate it. The up B! And I can hear the crowd in the back going nutty. The one stock and a dream. Now bringing it to our advantage. I'm literally getting up in my seat right now. What did I just see? I just saw the comeback of a century. That was incredible. Evo moment number 39. I'm sorry, Hayo, you had your Evo moment this year, but we're adding to the catalog. You're in the shadows now. Although, shout out to Hayo for making one of the worst buttons in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike his win condition. But we're not here to talk about those players. We're here to talk about the amazing stuff that we want to see and the amazing stuff we just saw out of Divine. If we see Divine pull a sweep here, I will personally cry on stream. I will cry on camera. I'll do it. I'll do it. Like, we're watching the work of God right now. Oh, man. But to come back after taking out Incineroar and walking up to a top 3 arguably character and say, my game. And say, my game. That is nutty. I love watching competitive Smash Bros. I don't like playing it, but I like watching it. I will admit, I like watching it. Comp Smash is rough for me. But it's about to be even rougher for Maryville. Sorry, I dropped something on the I dropped something on the ground here. Maryville University. Ooh, it's looking pretty rough for them. They are one. God, I'm sorry. I was surprised watching Terry Bogard as though nobody else played Terry Bogard, but he's got the Neo Geo hat on now. Terry Bogard versus Daisy. I love Terry. Terry has very interesting burst range, and he's able to approach at weird angles, which is something that actually gives him the edge in the Paisy matchup, but still being a heavyweight, it's going to be rough. And as you can see, he's telling Divine to get over with it. All of the shenanigans and the formalities, starting off with a strong crack shoot, coming in hot, not caring at all. getting the nair but missing the up tilt, but not overextending. This Terry player is learning their lesson, and jab, jab into power dunk, we love it. We love seeing it. Jab, jab into power dunk is an addiction. Down tilt jab, jab into power dunk, actually, any aspiring Terry players out there, does more damage and is a true combo. Oh, the power knuckle. Right now, this Terry player is saying, I'm going to take the first stock without getting hit as well. At least that's what it looks like. Forward tilt in the crack shoot, not really looking like anything, but missing the powered up rising tackle. Not getting that burning knuckle either. They are very eager here to take stock, hitting with down smash, but not getting the kill. And as you can see, they're just anxious. Terry does not have the best ledge game, but he's got excellent kill power. We are now even Steven. And we are down to our last player. We're down to Freak Bob. I just had to look at the camera and say it weirdly. But we are down to our last player. And I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Terry is a great character in this game, but he's not the best. He is a solid A tier, though. I'm not gonna glaze him. He's a good character. Oh man. Or I'm not going to downplay him, rather. He's a great character. I will glaze Terry Bogard. I love Terry in this game. Terry is actually the reason I got into other fighting games in the FGC as well. And I always really wanted to do that, but I didn't like play them or have an arcade stick controller, which is something that I really wanted. And so when I got Tekken, eventually I was like, okay, I'm biting the bullet. I'm gonna get a stick. I'm going to get a stick. Or rather, I got the stick after I got King of Fighters 15 for the first time. I like Terry Bogard so much. I just wanted to get a game that he's in. And he's also in Smash Bros. 6. Yeah, so he is in Street Fighter 6 now as a DLC character. And I'm not as big a fan of Street Fighter's mechanics, but it is really cool to see Terry Bogard in there. It's also really cool to see Terry Bogard in Smash Bros. I love the kind of the SNK 90s aesthetic. If I really could, I would love to collect Neo Geo games, just because I'm a very big fan of that era, or that aesthetic rather of arcade games. You could bring up any arcade game from that era and act like I should know about it. I'm not gonna know about it, but that general aesthetic really does speak to me. I love that 90s, like Japanese arcade feel. That vintage, that strong vintage. Like aging wine in a barrel. But speaking of aging wine in a barrel, looks like they're done cooking in that barrel, actually. They've come to an agreement. It is now Little Mac versus Terry. And I might actually have to give this one to Little Mac. Little Mac also has really good hit confirms. And Terry's a pretty heavyweight character. He's not the biggest, but he's a fast faller heavyweight. It's very scary for Terry, but they're going right into it. However, Little Mac doesn't have crack shoot or any other cracked approach options, but he does have excellent pokes and excellent just hit confirmed damage. He does not care. Look at that. Good God, 54% like that right off the bat, but now we're back up to 52. Terry is just Little Mac, but a Shoto confirmed, it appears. But Little Mac's up tilt hitting just in that 180 rainbow radius around him is just so good. Something that hits behind you like that, especially against a Shoto, since Shotos have that automatic cross-up. Sorry, I got a little confused there. I don't know why he finished the string, but he annihilated with Burning Knuckle, so it still worked out. However, he's running out of shield, and Little Mac is at 0%. He's also really good at killing out of nowhere, and that forward tilt. God, Little Mac's forward tilt is incredible. So is his down smash. The 2-frame potential off that is nutty, not giving Terry any room to... Ooh, the tech chase was interesting, but not giving Terry any room to use his go meter, which is what I was going to say is 10 times more important than anything. You also don't want to give Little Mac room to use his KO punch. Both of these characters have very, very interesting mechanics. And I wouldn't say a KO punch is a comeback mechanic, but it's in the same realm of functionality, especially in Smash Bros. But Terry Bogard's rough recovery not doing him any favors there. And I am shocked that there wasn't an attempt at hit confirming into KO punch right there. But, oh, we're not going to see it there. We're not going to see it there either. Crack shoot is going to make him safe. That actually scared me, and he is now out of KO punch. But he's green on the meter, and he is just going to take that stock. Little Mac is not going to recover from that. This is now final stop, final game situation set. This is pure set point. I just realized this is the most set point the set point could be. Well, actually, no. If they also had a point in set, then it would be the most set point they could be of the final set. But this is as set point as it's going to get for this set. I'm very excited. The jab mash just to squeak out that extra power. Terry now with Go Meter being scary as ever because Little Mac just does not have answers to bust a roll for Power Geyser in my eyes. But the 2-frame is going to take the set. Little Mac, worst character in the game? Absolutely not. Little Mac is great in this game. I don't care what anybody says. I'm glazing this character. Nobody downplay Little Mac. Little Mac is S tier. Little Mac is quadruple S tier. He's banned in tournaments, actually. So Maryville won because they used to ban character. But, ooh, what a strong way to finish out the set, though. Using a low-tier character going up against Terry Bogard as Little Mac is literally like pitting just kids up against the PE teacher. That is an unfair matchup. The PE teacher's better in every way. Same thing with Terry. Terry can do everything Little Mac can do, but better. But our Little Mac player was just that little bit better. And it is wonderful to see us come back after a little bit of a rough start to the season, losing that first set. But coming back afterwards and taking 2 sets of our own is so good to see. And we didn't even give them a single point in the set. That entire set was our victories. But I'm not going to downplay the skill of Maryville. They did incredibly well. That Terry player, very, very good. That Incineroar player was scary. But I felt that as soon as they took out that Incineroar player, it wasn't going to be a free game. By no means. No, Maryville is absolutely... they're coming in hands on fire. Gasoline and boxing gloves. They do not care. They're coming in and hitting left and right. I cannot believe I messed up my own left and right there. But that is what happens when you watch such an amazing game. It's wonderful to watch things like this, especially live. And it's even more fun to commentate them. A lot of our casters, I believe all of our casters are volunteers, and being able to volunteer and kind of not only get into casting, but able to, how do I say this, kind of fulfill the shower fantasy, so to speak. You know, when you sing in the shower, that's what I mean. You know, when you sing in the shower or like kind of construct a fake interview in the shower. The shower thought, making the shower show the reality. Oh, man, I should just stop talking. I can't come up with anything like that's even cohesive right now. My mind is just blown. But that is going to be it for tonight. We got to see incredible character specialization out of our opponents at Maryville, especially with that Incineroar player. Wonderful thing to see. But we also got to see excellent character specialization out of our home team. Divine is an excellent Daisy main. The amount of labbing they've done to see what's possible, I've seen their labbing firsthand. They are rigorous with that character. And if you ever want to maybe get a chance to meet Divine or get a chance to play with the other teams we have here, that's right, we have more than one team. We got Premier and we got the other teams. If you ever want to get a chance to meet with them, play with them, or even see if there is an available spot on any of the esports teams, please come on down to our esports center here at the bottom of Wissank Hall. And if you ever want to see anything and everything that the esports crew is up to, please check out all of our socials. Those links should be in our bio. I have been your host, Crustacean James, and I am very, very pleased that not only did we get to win, but I was able to commentate for you guys and really kind of just get my voice out there on live radio, you know, so to speak. Here I go, stumbling again. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you so much for showing up and watching our stream. I hope you have a wonderful night. Drive safe, eat some pasta, get under a blanket, and cuddle with your cat or whatever. Just have a good night. Bye-bye.
We're students at Minnesota State Mankato, and we had a big idea. Turn our love of gaming into a varsity esports team. In our first year, we earned a national championship and created a fun and friendly community. Be a Maverick. Learn more at MNSU.edu. We're student gamers at Minnesota State Mankato, and we had a big idea. Turn our love of gaming into a varsity esports team. In our first year, we earned a national championship and created a fun and friendly community for both competitive and casual gamers. We're learning broadcasting, digital marketing, and live stream technology, skills that translate to real-world job opportunities. Everyone wins. Be a Maverick. Learn more at MNSU.edu.
Sports without the physical activity. That's kind of how I explain it.
It's just like regular sports, but behind a computer.
I love the idea of esports. I think this has potential to grow and to engage a lot of students.
Gaming with my parents, it did not go over well in the beginning. They saw it more as a distraction from school or from actual sports. It wasn't really until this Mankato esports program came up that they were like, oh wow, this is an actual official thing that schools do. They kind of decided like, okay, let's take this seriously, let's support them.
We would hope every student finds something that they are passionate about, that will engage them, put them in community with other students, and let them do things that help them create what it is they want to have for their education.